Don't stop. Don't you start giving up on me. Taste that pain and it all so sweet. Don't you stop giving up on me. Ain't no shame, back it up on me. Back it up.
Hey fairies, and welcome back to my channel. It's Laurasia Andrea. So today is Monday, so that means I'm going to be focusing on short hair today. So I decided to do a short hair transformation video number 2 because you guys loved the first one. So I was like, okay, I feel like I need to do another one, more summer edition, to make sure, you know, this thing is not going anywhere, as well as it just stays intact all day. And I just wanted to do a short bob cut with the middle part. I already have a bob cut on my channel. I did like a couple of days ago. I did that on a wig, but today I decided to do it on a liquid cap instead. Just to show you guys more options to do if you do have short hair like myself. So I do like to switch up my hair constantly. So I didn't want to just always do wigs on my channel because I know some people either don't have time to do wigs, they don't have the money to do wigs, or they just don't got time to do wigs. So I was like, hey, why not I just come with another option? And I know you guys loved my first short hair transformation with the lace front. And I did the liquid cap. So I was like, let me just do it again, but on a shorter style. So I hope you guys really enjoy this hair tutorial. It's so affordable. It's insane. The lace front, I believe, was $35. And then the bundles, I got longer bundles, but again, you guys don't have to do long bundles like how I do. I just feel like the longer bundles are usually thinner, so I don't have to shed the hair as much when I do a bob. But if you guys want to get a 14 or a 12, you can always do that too. I know the frontal is a 12, so if you guys want to get a 12 frontal and then 12 bundles, you are more than welcome to do that. I just didn't do it. These are just the bundles I had on hand. So enough rambling. Turn on the notification bell because a lot of people have been saying my videos are getting lost in the sauce and they're not seeing any of my videos. So make sure you guys hit that notification button so you get all the updates whenever I upload, which is definitely going to be very consistent moving forward. So I love you guys always, and bye. So guys, just starting out, I already bleached my knots off camera on my lace frontal. I have so many videos of me bleaching knots on my frontal, so if you guys want to see how I did that, go to my previous videos and check that out. So this is just what I'm starting out with, my super short hair. I know, it's so short, but I'm taking my 30-second molding gel. I'm just putting that all throughout my hair. Then I will be combing that through, and then I will be showing you guys the back and letting you guys see how I do not put it on the nape of my hair. That is usually where I tend to sweat the most when it's super hot outside. So I just leave that side or that part bare, but then I put it all throughout the rest of my hair. So then I'll just be blow drying my hair dry. You can use a hand dryer, you can use a full head dryer like in the salons. I don't have that because, like I said all the time, I'm super poor. So my hand dryer definitely comes in handy. So this is the start of the entire video. It is a liquid molding gel, basically. Kind of a little, it's definitely stronger than the other molding gel we put down, but you have to put it on with the spatula. You couldn't do it with your hands, but it's so sticky that I like to use the spatula and apply it that way, even though I think that's how you're supposed to do it. But you put it directly onto your hair. So this basically just makes it so that when it dries, it becomes super hard, but it's a gel. So when you want to take out the hair or take out the hairstyle, all you do is just wash your hair and everything slips out. Like this whole entire hairstyle can be slipped out with just washing your hair. Definitely make sure you guys are drinking a ton of water throughout the day, and then all you do is just blow dry. This takes a little bit, or this takes a little bit longer to dry. I would say it probably took about 15 minutes to dry, but I mean, it's worth it because it's awesome. So this is the lace frontal that I'll be using today. It's from Y Wigs. I've worked with the company previously in my silver hair tutorial, but I'm just showing you guys close-ups. This frontal was $35, guys. I seriously cannot get enough of these frontals. I swear these are like the only frontals that I'm sticking to moving forward. Maybe, maybe not. You know, I always change my mind. But the reason I like it so much is because their frontals are super affordable for the price. They come pre-plucked and they also come pre-tinted. Only thing that I had to do was bleach the knots. But honestly, if I didn't do that, it still would have been fine. But guys, look at the front of the hair. The baby hair is on fleek. The pluckage is on fleek. The tint of the lace is on fleek. And it's only 35 bucks. And this is a 12-inch. So I'm just going in with my stocking cap. And I'm going to be putting that on my head. So I know in my other liquid cap tutorial, I did not use a stocking cap. But because it is the summer months and it's super hot, you will need a stocking cap to really keep your quick weave in place, because it's going to be hot, you're going to be sweating, and it will slip off, or your hair will be half off your head if you're outside in like 90-degree weather. So all I'm doing is just cutting off the front of the stocking cap, and I will be using my Gotta Be Glued gel, and I will be putting that on my edges and then placing the stocking cap over top just after I dry it for about 30 seconds. And it's going to be good for concealing my hair underneath my frontal. And I will be putting foundation on this as well, but that's later on in the video. But it's just to conceal my natural hair and my hairline underneath. So this is the actual lace front, and I'm just measuring it out just to see what I have to cut and just how it places on my head. So I'm just going to be gluing down the lace front. So I'm just showing you guys where I'm putting the actual glue. You never want to put it on the actual front of the lace front, only on the part that has the super light part line on it. So I'm just putting the glue on that line, and then I'll just be placing the lace front on after I let it dry. I let it dry for about 5 seconds. It doesn't take that long because this glue dries pretty quickly. And then I'm just going to be measuring the lace front from ear to ear, just making sure that it lines up with that area. And then once I have my measurements down, I will kind of press the back of the frontal in, and then I'll let that dry again. Selfie time, Snapchat game, you know that's where it's at. And these are the 3 bundles that I use. I actually ended up using like probably 2.5. I didn't use all 3, but this hair is from Ali Annabelle, I believe. Ali Annabelle, and it's their Brazilian straight. And I did get longer lengths because, like I said in the beginning, I like it so that it's not as thick as if I had got a 12 or 14, because they come more thick and with more hair in the bundles. So definitely you guys can get shorter lengths, but this is just the length I use. And all I'm doing is just measuring out to the nape of my hair, and then putting the glue on, and then gluing the tracks on to the stocking cap. Then I'm just showing you guys just what the back looks like until I finish the top of the hair. Then I just took my ASAP Rocky braids out, and then now I'm just blow drying the front of the hair because they do have braid indents in them. Now this part was so difficult for me to do on camera because it just was so hard as far as like the angles and cutting it and letting you guys see like how I cut it and stuff. So I tried my best, but I'm just gonna do one side on camera. So all I'm doing is finding my desired length for the front of my bob, and then I'm just using my shears and just going in an up and down motion and just cutting. So I don't like to just do a straight blunt cut with bobs. I said it in my previous bob tutorial that I hate that cut. So I just like to use my shears up and down, and it creates more of a realistic cut instead of more of like a super blunt cut. So I'm just doing that all in this area. Like I said, it was so difficult and so hard for me to see the angles while filming on camera. So I tried my best, guys. I tried.
Don't you start tripping up on me. Taste that pain and it all so sweet. Don't you stop giving up on me. Ain't no shame, back it up on me. Back it up.
So I just did the other side off camera, and then I also just did my makeup. So I'm just going in and cutting the lace. It doesn't have to be perfect because I will be going in and making more precise jagged lines. But for now, I just wanted to get the entire lace off so I can just see the line with my natural hairline. And then I also will be parting off and cutting the ear section. And then I'll also be cutting the fronts because it's a little bit too long. And then just doing the same thing on the entire lace section. Just making sure that it lines up with my natural hairline.
For the same game right here. Off top, no games, bring it right here. Don't you start tripping up on me. Taste that pain and it all so sweet. Don't you stop giving up on me. Ain't no shame, back it up on me. Back it up.
So now for this part, I'm just going to be using some foundation to conceal the stocking cap, and I just felt like I just looked so funny right there. That's why I laughed. So I'm just taking my e.l.f. foundation. It doesn't have to be anything too serious, just as long as it matches your natural color. And I like to shear it out on the back of my hand and then just take a beauty blender or a sponge and just conceal that entire stocking cap. And then I'll also really be putting it wherever the part is so that that is blended in as well. So then I'm just taking my Gotta Be gel again, and then now I'm just going to be laying down my frontal. The reason I like to do it separate, like put down this Gotta Be gel and then lay down my stocking cap and then do it again for my frontal, is basically because whenever I take my frontal off to redo it, sometimes I do it like every 2 or 3 days, it's not going to be moving the stocking cap at all. So the stocking cap will always be in place, and the only thing that's going to be moving and the only thing I have to redo is going to be the lace frontal. It just saves me time, saves me, you know, everything. But I just think it just really secures the frontal down when I do it separately. So all I'm doing right here is just using the back of my rat tail comb. This is like my ideal way of laying down my frontal because it does create little natural baby hairs, and it makes it so that the gel doesn't flake up white because I'm using my fingers. So I'm just laying down the edges all throughout the entire frontal and then blow drying so that it does not move and everything is just sealed in place. Then all I'm doing right here is just flat ironing the entire hair. It's nothing special, it's just a typical flat iron, and I don't like to kind of curl the ends because I don't like that super blunt curled look. So I just run the flat iron through, but just keep it kind of straight.
For the same thing right here, off top and no games, bring it right here. Don't you start tripping up on me. Taste that pain and it all so sweet. Don't you stop it up on me. Ain't no shame, back it up on me. Back it up. How we get here, hella fine. You can stay just for the night, though. Take a shot straight from the bottom. Here today, you're gone tomorrow.
Then this is just how everything looks when I'm done flat ironing it, and then I'll just taking the Got To Be freeze spray and then just laying down any flyaways that I have on the top of the hair, and then try not to get it on your forehead like how I did. And then that is pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys kind of really follow through with this tutorial. I try to make it a little bit more simpler than the other one, even though this one was a little bit more steps. And I've had this quick weave in for about a week now, because I'm able to take the frontal on and off and can reapply it whenever I want. I feel it's what's helped me have the quick weave last a lot longer than it did with the other one. Also, when I sweat, because it is hot outside, I am sweating and everything, my quick weave is still intact. It has not moved. The stocking cap definitely helps be a barrier between the liquid cap and the hair. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial. As always, I love you guys and see you in my next video. Bye guys.